Hey guys, Shalana here. Today we're talking about The Crown Season 2. And after the huge success that was Season 1, I was excited for Season 2. But when I heard the news that Claire Foy, who's been playing Queen Elizabeth for the first season, will be having a diminished role in this season to give Prince Philip more screen time, I was like, because I don't know if you guys remember Season 1, but Prince Philip was kind of whiny, kind of annoying. And the fact that he'd be getting more screen time didn't leave me too excited about this season, for the fact that Claire Foy was masterful as Queen Elizabeth. And we've seen her performance pretty much transcend the character in the first season. And pretty much the second season, the same thing. Like, she really delivers. Like, she makes Queen Elizabeth, she brings the character alive. And the fact that she was the standout of the first season, and now that we're getting less of her in the second season, I didn't know how to feel about that, because that just felt kind of, again. As the second season went on, and as Philip got more screen time, I started finding myself rather enjoying and sympathetic to his character, because the first season painted him in such a bad light that this second season, my bar is pretty low, but the character exceeded my thoughts, and I pretty much enjoyed him this season because he had a character journey, and you could finally understand where he was coming from. You could finally understand why he was such a nagging, annoying guy in the first season, and his character got more fleshed out. So I wasn't really too mad about the more focus on Philip's character once we got to him and we got to his focus point. I could find myself sympathizing with the character, which is what I enjoyed. And not just Philip, but Queen Elizabeth's sister Margaret got more shine this season as well. And we got to see like the different dichotomy between her and Queen Elizabeth, because she doesn't have the responsibilities that Elizabeth has, and she doesn't have the same personality. She's more outgoing, she's more out there. We got more focus on her love life, and how she navigates through the crown. And that's what this whole season's about. This whole second season is mainly about the navigation of what it means to be the crown in current modern era. Because as we know, Britain is a monarchy somewhat, but it's not the same as back in the day where the king and queen had absolute power. The king and queen have more of a respect title and more of an advisory role to the government bodies of England. And the fact that we got to see that Queen Elizabeth, who really didn't want this in the first place, has to now navigate this landscape where, granted, you get to live as queen, but it's not everything you'd imagine. You don't have the power like you thought you would. And all the negativity that surrounds it, all the things that you want to do but you can't really do because of your stature and your position, are all focal points this season. We have plenty of crises that happen throughout the season that make England, the country itself, look bad. And in that same vein, make the crown look bad as well. And the fact that Elizabeth can't really do much about it, like, you can tell that she is someone who wants to do good, someone who's bigger than her own role, the advisory role that she's given. But because of the stature of her role and as queen, she can't really exercise the things that she'd want to exercise the way that she would want to, if that makes any sense. But aside from that, you can pretty much find the same things that you found in season 1. The acting is superb as always. The story, while interesting, kind of drags and lulls you a little bit, but it's not like those other shows where it's like jam-packed scandal. While this show does incorporate scandal, I mean a lot of scandal this season, with the crown, the people around the crown, infidelity and all that, because it spans a time period from, I believe, 1957 to 1963. So it's a big time period, and we get a lot of scandals. I mean a lot of scandals. But at the same time, you get to see the inner workings of these characters, and not in a way that you normally get to see, because they can't act the way we can act. They can't act like normal people when something happens that they don't like. They always have to put on this front. And I'm glad that this season brought that to light. I'm glad that these characters playing their roles and exemplified this season, as we see they struggle with their role. They struggle with what it means to be the monarchy, the crown, while also being humans, while also trying to be who they are. And there was one episode particularly where the Kennedys come to town. Let me talk about that just a bit. Michael C. Hall, I like him as an actor. Him as JFK, I wasn't buying it. But what I really enjoyed about this episode was the dynamic with Jackie O and Queen Elizabeth. How Jackie O came and she's this larger than life and everyone loves her, and Queen Elizabeth sees her and is kind of envious, because Jackie gets to be queen, or the first lady that the queen would like to be, but can't be because of the way the different dynamics work, because Jackie O is first lady after all, and Queen Elizabeth is the queen, and she has the highest rank above her husband, Prince Philip, so she can't be in that position. But when we come to find out that this envious, and they have this little heart-to-heart, and you come to understand that Jackie O is kind of lonely, and she pretty much feels the same thing that Queen Elizabeth feels, I found that moment kind of good, even though towards the end of the episode stuff happened. I don't want to spoil it to you, but stuff happened to make it look like, really, Jackie? That's how you're gonna do my girl, Queen Elizabeth? Not just the things with Jackie, but when she finds herself in the middle of different conflicts, like the whole thing with Egypt, or when she went to Africa and tried to visit that president and tried to come off at him. Like, it's all these little things that kind of make you look at the monarchy a different way. And it would be boring, it would be a drag, it'd be kind of, what am I watching? If Claire Foy didn't bring it as an actress and bring Queen Elizabeth to life, and that's the most important part I can say about this, is that Claire brings it as Queen Elizabeth, and she brings Queen Elizabeth to life. I'm gonna be sad that she's not gonna be in season 3, as we're moving forward in time and she's getting more mature, so we have to cast a different actress. But in this season, I found new appreciations for various people. Queen Elizabeth, we all knew from the first season, like, phenomenal. But Prince Philip, I gotta give him respect, because I understand where he's coming from. Me, if I was in his position, I'd probably behave the same way, because it's just not fair. But overall, I thoroughly enjoyed season 2 of The Crown. Did you enjoy it? Did you like it? What did you like in season 1 that wasn't here in season 2 besides Winston Churchill? And what do you think there could be in season 3? Let me know in the comment section below what did you like about this season, what you didn't like. Let me know, did you find Prince Philip more bearable this season like I did? Let me know in the comment section below. Definitely check out some of the other videos we have on this channel, guys. And until next time, binge on.